Good morning, good morning. It's Carol Chamberlain in for the lovely Leza Live on the News 103.5 KYCA. And how are my fellas this morning? Matt.
Oh, you want me to go first?
What's cooking?
Not much.
Oh, come on.
I'm just trying to figure out, I'm clearly not doing my job well enough because you keep coming back.
Wait a minute. I thought you were happy to see me.
I love you being here. I love having you here and seeing you, but clearly I've not been funny enough to chase you away.
Oh, you would never chase me away. I'm attracted to humor. Thank you very much.
Oh, well, then we're in trouble.
So, Drew, I'm attracted to you, too. How the heck are you?
Uh-oh.
Doing great, you know.
So how was Whatevs Wednesday?
That was wonderful. We ended up going to Ciao Bella.
That's what I heard yesterday on the radio.
Yeah.
So, but I'd like to know what you had.
Oh, I'm real simple. I just went for the veal, veal marsala.
Oh, ooh, that sounds pretty good.
Doesn't sound simple to me.
Oh, yeah. Simple decision.
It doesn't sound simple to me either, because last night Ken and I had leftover chicken.
Well, these things happen too.
Of course they happen too. So I really want to start out with you, Drew, asking, I'm all dressed up for spring because I am so delighted that springtime is here. But I heard John Rust, I think, say that the high today was going to be something my clothes don't call for. So tell us what the weather is.
Well, it's still going to be a beautiful day up here, but it's going to be a little cooler than it was yesterday. So we're looking at a high of 63 today.
Oh, my gosh. I don't think that calls for spring clothes. So I might
Well, it all depends.
I might.
But, the low will be around 39 or 40, which is good. And then tomorrow is when it's going to get we'll be in the 50s tomorrow.
Oh, you're kidding me.
No, and then we have a chance of some snow above 6,500 feet and some winds between 15 and 20 miles an hour. Now, that's to the storm to the north of us. If it goes further north, we won't get hardly any of it.
Well,
but, if you don't like the weather, it'll change in a day,
I understand, and I know that it's springtime in Prescott, and we're lucky to have it. But let me tell you, my Japanese elm is peeking those leaves out like everything, so I do not want to see temperatures dip.
Well, if it does dip, it's only going to be for a day. It's not going to, it's not going to make the terra firma cold. Your plants will just have to be tough, and they'll get through it. And if you're really worried, put a blanket or a cloth over it, and you'll be okay.
But when you put something over it, you knock all that good stuff off. I just hate doing that. So
yeah, I know.
It's going to have to tough it out if you ask me.
Let's just hope the storm just continues north.
Yeah, let's do hope that.
Yeah, and then this way we just get a smattering of maybe some moisture and a little bit of that. Like it's a 10% chance of rain. So
some
showers. So
I guess we'd rather have showers than snow, but whatever. We're just lucky for it, I guess.
Moisture we'll take any way we can.
Absolutely. So I read something really interesting and you all might have seen this already, but in the Philadelphia Zoo, there are a pair of Galapagos turtles. Have you heard this?
Not yet.
Okay, these Galapagos.
We'll find out.
These Galapagos turtles became first-time parents at 100 years old.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
I couldn't believe it when I read it. They had 4 hatchlings, which about the weight of a chicken egg. The mom, the turtle mom, arrived at the zoo in 1932. I mean, those are some old eggs that got fertilized. I was really amazed to hear that. New parents, 100.
Well, for turtles, that's young.
How old do turtles live?
Some of those turtles can live over 150 years, from what I've heard.
Well, that's still way past middle age.
Well, their cycles aren't the same as humans.
Better late than never?
There you have
maybe
it.
he just had problem. I don't know, Carol.
Maybe the male turtle was looking for a younger turtle.
Yeah.
We don't know
He
that.
just couldn't find it.
Took what he could get, I guess you would
Absolutely.
say. All righty.
He wanted a hot 80-year-old.
Yeah.
100? He's like, no,
No.
that's too old.
Well, but he went for her anyway.
He just gave up looking, is what it is.
So
That should give everybody initiative to go to 100.
isn't that the
What
trick?
about you, Matt?
If I make it, I'm surprised I made it past 30. So
Me too, but I mean-
everything now is gravy.
Yeah, it's downhill.
Yeah.
No, not downhill. I tell you, the 40s were great. The 50s were really good. You've got some wonderful years ahead of you.
I don't know. We'll see.
The wonder years.
The wonderful wonder years. Yes, that's right. So I'm looking at you both, and I guess you didn't get the memo that today is National Wear Your PJs to Work Day.
Oh, I thought that was yesterday.
I thought it was yesterday, too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Lisa said.
Oh, gosh. I figured it was because people were so fed up with their taxes, having to file their taxes yesterday, that they didn't want to get out of bed. So
Wait, hold on. Taxes were due yesterday?
Yes, you did them. I heard you did.
No.
Filed an
haven't.
extension. That's right.
Yes, I filed an extension. Yeah. I hope. I don't know. Maybe my accountant filed an extension or not. I don't know. Nick, if you're listening, call in. Let me know if we filed that extension.
Oh, my gosh. Sir, Nick, the number is 928-541-1016, so he could go to sleep later this afternoon.
Oh, no. I'll go to sleep regardless.
Oh, yeah. Well, I heard that Drew got his in way early.
Well, I came in underneath the wire after I'm going to say after 10 years plus of always filing extensions. This year I said I was going to do it before the 15th, and I got it done. Major box to check off for me.
That is absolutely wonderful. But our CPA actually said that your chances of having an audit, being selected for an audit, decrease if you file an extension. I don't know if it's true, but don't tell me if it's not.
Oh,
right.
I'm
Well,
filing
I'm
an
not-
extension every year then.
Yeah.
That's exactly what she said to us.
I just know that, especially since COVID, everybody and their mom says they have a home office now, so they can have that write-off. And so I heard from my CPA that if you claim the home office, it immediately gets you in another bag to be higher chance of being audited.
Well, and I tell
So
you,
I don't even do it anymore.
I
I do have a home office.
Well, but there are special things. You have to have an outside entrance. You have to have this, that, and the other.
Yep.
So, not a smart thing to
No,
do.
it's just not worth it. Not in my opinion.
Okay, so today is National High Five Day.
Woo!
Woo! Give it
Oh,
to
she
me,
got it.
brother.
Got it.
Gotcha.
Drew's doing
I'm
it himself.
high-fiving myself.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. So, modern historians think that the high five originated on October the 2nd of 1977. So, why today it is, I don't know. But, and Dodger Stadium, LA's Dusty Baker hit his 30th homer of the season, and his teammate Glenn Burke put his hand in the air over home plate. Baker didn't know what to do, so he smacked his buddy in the hand, and the high five was born. So I tell you, there are a lot of sports gestures. I think this is a men's realm. You know, there are the fist bump, the fanny slap, the end zone dance, the chest bump, but the high five stands alone, I understand. I think that's pretty funny. Guys have really different things to do to acknowledge one another. Huh?
I guess. I don't know. I wasn't very athletic.
You weren't?
No.
I would have thought you'd play basketball. You're so tall.
Oh, no. I tried. I get that all the time.
I
The
could-
other one I get all the time, too, is football.
I can see both of those for you, but I really can see you just sort of throwing that basketball in with a little hoop.
No, I wasn't aggressive enough. I tried when I was a kid.
You're aggressive as a sales agent,
Yeah.
the no
guess.
longer desperate realtor.
The no longer. Yeah, your husband's favorite commercial on KYCA.
I'm chill. I'm really chill.
Hey, you're talking about it, right? So that means it's working.
Absolutely
See?
it is. And you have so many houses in escrow, right?
Sure.
Ah, that's a good thing.
So many.
So I was really surprised to read this. In 1907, on this day, Ellis Island recorded 11,745 immigrants in a single day.
That's amazing.
It really is amazing. And I'll point out that those came through Ellis Island, so they were welcomed into the United States. And I don't know if during that time they were swimming across the river or anything else in addition, but I thought that was a really interesting fact.
That'd be a good question to answer.
Well,
What if there were illegals coming in at
If
the
they
same
were
time?
coming in like they today back then, like they are today.
My really guess is not.
no, because there was a lot of the laws were very strict back then. My grandfather, when he came over from Sicily, the trip took 24 days. He was on the boat,
Oh,
and then they got into New York Harbor, and it took an additional 17 days to get processed. So I asked him, because we lost a T in our name on Ellis Island, I said, well, Grandpa, why didn't you go back and have it corrected? He says, I spent 17 days waiting to, he goes, they could have changed my name. We would have, he goes, that's why you saw a lot of people's names get misspelt.
oh yes, absolutely.
Now, him and his two brothers, all three of them came into Ellis Island. All were processed by the same person. We went there and saw everything.
Oh, wow.
Not one of us got our name spelled correctly.
Oh my.
So
oh.
when the Christmas cards come, you look at how the last name is spelt. You know who, that's
Who
Uncle
was where
Vince's
on the
side.
boat?
That's Uncle Joe's side. That's Uncle John's side. Anyway,
So during those 17 days, where did they stay?
on the boat,
I was going
and
to
they
say.
were not allowed to get off the boat because they weren't allowed in the country. So if you went from the boat onto the dock, now you're on the country. You're there illegally, and you get deported. So he was telling me these stories, and it's not how people think.
Exactly.
He says it was really 17 days on a ship and you can't move.
And totally worth it.
Absolutely. They came here. They had somebody who could speak the language, speak English for them, and then they learned English and jobs, and that was it.
Exactly. And they were sponsored. They had a job. It was a real ceremonial process to get into the United States. So have you been to Ellis Island, Matt?
No, I haven't been
It's incredible.
It is
back
really
east at all,
incredible.
really.
It's a neat trip. You should do that sometime.
Yes, ma'am.
So
There's
those
a lot of history there, man.
there is on both sides of the United States. You have not the United States. Oh, I really misspoke. I'm thinking of Normandy on that side of France, and then Ellis Island on the east side of the United States. Two great historical trips.
Normandy makes my skin crawl.
It-
It's just
Every time Ken and I talk about it, when you walk into the museum and see that 70 million lost, it just gives you the chills when you see it.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to change the subject for a
Okay,
moment.
good.
On this date in 1964, a very good year, I might add, the Ford Mustang was introduced, which was a big deal. It really was a big deal. So, Drew, guess how much it cost?
They were, I believe, under $2,000 for the base.
Maybe for the base. The price I saw was $2,368. So you were really very close.
Well, I'm a car guy, a bike guy, so I kind of keep in touch with that stuff. But
Yeah.
now you can't even buy a grill for $2,300.
Oh,
for a
isn't
Mustang.
that the dadgum truth? Actually, a good friend of mine in high school's father owned a Ford dealership, and her brother came driving up in what they called a 1964 and a half, I think, because he came out mid-year. He was so proud. I think he got a date that night, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Oh.
they actually introduced the Mustang using the Falcon chassis. And it wasn't until, that's why they had the 64 and a half. It wasn't until 67 that they changed it. And that's when they kicked the lights in and they changed it. And they actually changed the suspension, the drivetrain. They went to 289. They came to get a V8. First ones were 6 cylinders.
Well, so you all and Ken and I are going to have to go out sometime because Ken's a real car guy too from Detroit, knows all those things. I think we're going to have to take a break because we have a lot going on this morning. But my last thing I'm going to say is KFC has introduced a new chicken thing.
Matt,
tell
this
me-
is right up your alley, buddy.
A chicken thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not like eagle, right? Chicken.
No.
Okay,
It's-
I'm just.
No,
we haven't
no.
checked in on our eagles, and I'm just scared.
Oh, we haven't had a call yet.
No,
Okay. It's fried chicken flavored toothpaste.
fried chicken
Oh.
flavored toothpaste.
I'm done.
11 herbs and spices for $13 a tube, just so you know.
Nope, that's a little out of my price range.
I gotcha. Okay, we're going to take our first break of the morning. We'll be back right after this. Good morning again. It's Carol Chamberlain in for the lovely Leza live on the news 103.5 KYCA. Lucky this morning to be joined by Alex Heineman, the executive director of the Boys and Girls Clubs of Central Arizona. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Carol. What a surprise to have you, a guest host today.
I guest hosted. I'm so happy to see you.
Oh, you too.
Boys and Girls Clubs mean so much to Ken and me, so
Yes,
we
definitely.
love supporting. And I do understand that you have something exciting going on.
I
or
do.
Coming up, I guess it would be.
Yes, coming up. Yeah. Well, it's not Dancing for the Stars. We do have lots of Dancing for the Stars info coming in the next month. However, today I'm here to talk about the BGC On Target series.
On Target. Now, I think this is really exciting because the minute Ken heard about this, he started calling his friends saying,
Yeah.
this is something you got to do. So what is it?
So the On Target series, we labeled it a series because it's going to be multiple shooting sports tournaments across all disciplines of shooting sports. Last year we piloted this and we started with shotgun clay shooting. So we went to the Prescott Trap and Ski Club over on the Prescott Valley Dewey border,
Uh-huh.
and we shot clays. We shot clays all afternoon. Talking Glass Media was out there, APS was out there, and we had a great time. We had Founding Fathers support it,
Oh.
and we had
How fun.
I think we had cigars out there, and we were
Mhm.
just shooting shotguns and raising money for the clubs. So all the proceeds of the tournament went to the clubs, much like a golf tournament event,
Right.
Instead of golfing, you're shooting. And that
So,
is-
are you a clay pigeon shooter yourself?
I would say of all the disciplines, shotgun shooting, trap shooting is one of my favorites. My personal favorite, which is what I also teach the kids, is archery, and archery tournament's not ready yet. We're trying to get through all the combustible disciplines first.
Actually, when I was looking up for today's show, I saw that there is an archer for autism. So I guess
Yeah.
these things are popular around the country.
Yeah, I have a very strong philosophy about archery programs with youth programs. Archery has a lot of elements in it that can help kids grow and gain confidence. All the little morals of the story and lessons of life can be found in archery. And plus, it's an outdoor activity. It's a disciplinary activity, and it's something that adults and kids can do together. So I'm very, very excited about the archery programs. We have indoor ranges at both of our clubs.
Wow.
And we have archery going every Tuesday and Wednesday at our clubs right now. And we
Wow.
have for over a year.
What
It's
a-
part of our adventure-based programs.
That is so neat. Well,
Yeah.
let's go back to the
Oh, yeah,
thing that
the
you're
event.
having, the
Yeah.
event that you're having called BCG on Target, and I think it's coming up on Saturday, May the 10th.
That's correct. So Pistol 25. So like I said, we're covering all disciplines. This is Pistol 25, and it's our first pistol tournament, and we're having it at Gunsight Academy.
Oh,
And Gunsight is the world's oldest and largest pistol training facility. And they can correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I believe they
in
said.
the country?
I think in the world.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, they'll correct me, but Gunsight is a phenomenal facility. We went out there, and it's just hundreds and hundreds of acres of ranges and landscape
and spent shells.
and spent shells and steel targets and just a beautiful facility up there in Paulden. And so this is our first pistol tournament. Like I said, we piloted with shotgun, and now we're coming to a pistol tournament. And this is open to all. We have 4 brackets. We've got a general bracket, we've got a ladies bracket, 65 plus, and a juniors bracket for those 15 to 17.
My goodness.
Yeah.
So tell me how much it costs to get in.
Yeah, so the tournament is tournament with the raffle and the lunch is $75 per shooter.
Oh my, that's very reasonable to
Yeah.
support kids with that.
Yeah, and if you just want to come and hang out and support the kids, you can buy a lunch ticket for $25, and those proceeds will go to the clubs, and you'll get a few raffle tickets as well. And we're gonna have some pretty cool raffle items. They're all on our website, and they're all firearms up for raffle. So.
And all the firearms are donated?
That's right. So we had great donors this year with Davidson's and Ruger and Galco holsters. So we've got some really amazing firearms and holsters to give away at raffle.
I think that is so exciting. You have done just a remarkable thing with the Boys and Girls Club.
Thank you, Carol.
I just have to tell you how proud I am of our clubs these days. You've just done great. So who came up with the idea of this?
It was me. It was
Good.
me. So in my history of nonprofit work, I worked for the Boy Scouts of America, and Boy Scouts own camp properties. And when I worked for the Boy Scouts in New Hampshire, they had a big shooting sports classic, and they shut down the kids' property, the camp, and put on this event for 3 days.
Wow.
And it was multiple disciplines, and it was customized stages and ranges throughout the camp property. And so you would shoot trap, and then you would disengage, and then you would walk to the next stage through the trail system of the camp.
Oh, wow.
And you would invite donors and prospective sponsors to the Boy Scout camp to really see what was going on. And that's our idea here. We know that shooting sports is a wonderful sport that people engage in here in Prescott and in the Quad Cities. And we know that everybody loves to give to kids. So we just married those together. And it matches more of my adventure programs that I'm offering to the kids. And so that's where it came from.
It is such a great idea. So
Thank you.
you have often volunteers that are specific to different events. Do you have specific volunteers for this?
Oh yes, we sourced a lot of this through volunteering. Gunsight Academy has been a great partner. They're providing all the range safety officers.
Oh, wow.
Because the Boys and Girls Clubs, we're experts in kids and fun. We're not experts in gun ranges.
And
so-
safety.
And safety, right? We know kids safety, but
Yeah.
gun site safety, no thank you. We don't know that. And so Gunsight Academy really rolled out the red carpet for us. And they've provided all the safety officers, all the logistics, how the tournament's going to go. All the information is on the website to see everything that you need to do to and provide to attend.
Do you have to have certain certifications to be able to be a part of this?
You don't really need a certification. However, Gunsight does request that you provide a proof of a clear background, a right to carry, right?
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And really the only the restriction of right to carry is a felony, right?
Oh, yeah,
And-
don't
and-
do that.
And so they just require that we prove a clear background for those that are going to be registering and attending.
Well, good. So we'll
So your CCW, a military ID, things like that.
CCW.
Oh, a concealed carry
Oh.
weapons permit.
See how little I know about weapons. All right. So are these funds that you wrote? But what's your goal? Fundraising goal? Do you have one for this, or it's so new?
It's so new. The On Target series is actually built to help with the club's cash flow because we're going to be popcorning these across the calendar year and the fiscal year. So they're sort of helping the clubs keep a cadence of revenue as something that is a little bit more eclectic and approachable and is more of just a fun time. And by the end of it, you'll realize that your proceeds went to the clubs.
Exactly. What a perfect fundraiser that is.
Yes.
So that not only do you do something good, you have a good time doing it.
Exactly. We realized that with Dancing for the Stars is that people really do want to have they want to give, but a lot of people do also want to have a fun time.
Of course.
And the clubs are experts in fun, so we want to make sure that our donors and our supporters are having a great time on top of the fact that their proceeds are going to the kids.
Okay, so I just have one quick question. So summer is a big time for kids,
Mhm.
and I know that you all do loads of things. So just briefly tell us a few things that summer's going to have for the Boys and Girls Clubs of Central Arizona.
Oh, Carol, that's my favorite question. I'm a summer camp director
Your
forever.
enthusiasm is contagious.
Yes, I love summer day camp. In fact, when I started at the Boys and Girls Clubs, I stopped calling it summer program and I just started calling it day camp.
Oh,
and our vision at the clubs now is an adventure every day after school. And so summer day camp is coming up and registration is open to the public.
Good.
The current members have had a couple weeks of their dibs that they get, the after school members. And so it's open to the public to register. It's 8 weeks of program, 10
that's
hours a day,
great.
only $90 a week. We
Oh.
also have income-based scholarships for those that need it. And we're going to do, I think, 4 lake days. We're going to do a teen backpacking hike, a day hike.
Oh,
We're still having mountain biking is coming back for its 5th year. We hired a mountain biking coach. So he's already hard at work to build summer rides and then even after school rides. And we may even try fishing if I can get around hook safety. We'll take kids to Gripstone and rock climb and just going to have a blast.
that is, oh my gosh, it sounds so great. So just at the end, we need to say that the BCG On Target series, Pistol 25, Saturday, May the 10th,
Mm-hmm.
$75
That's right, at
And-
Gunsight.
at Gunsight.
And
And
you
to
can-
register?
Yeah, you can register at clubsontarget.org.
Perfect. It has been great chatting with you, Alex. So
Thanks, Carol.
thanks so much.
Thank you.
We'll be Good morning again. It's Carol Chamberlain in for the lovely Leza Live on the News 103.5 KYCA. So happy to be joined this morning by John Donovan. And let me tell you, if you are streaming, you are going to see a full table before you. Welcome, John.
Thank you so much, Carol. Nice to meet you.
It is so good to meet you as well. I was really excited to hear about Box of Bricks. So tell us how you started, when you got to Prescott, all about the
Sure.
Box of Bricks.
Yeah, so I'm originally career-wise, I'm a CFO. I've been an accountant. I'm a CPA. Worked my whole career doing accounting and all that kind of stuff for big companies. My most recent job, I worked for the past 10 years for an international irrigation company. I was the CFO over all their America operations.
Oh, my God.
And in 2020, I was kind of looking for a side business, something just to do on the side, maybe when I retired so I wouldn't be bored, and had been researching businesses. And I came across an article, I think it was in the Wall Street Journal, that said Lego can be more valuable than gold. And I thought that sounds interesting, right? So,
And I'm a gold guy, says you.
yeah, so I started researching it, realized that people were making money with Lego by buying it, holding it after it retired for a year or two, and then reselling it as a brand new set. Lego has a huge demand. We'll talk about that maybe in a minute, worldwide. And there's a finite amount of sets that are made by Lego during their life. And when they go out of production, they become more valuable.
Oh, my gosh. See, I am sort of new to the Lego realm. And I have always been shocked by how every kid, every young adult, everybody is a Lego fanatic. When did it start?
It started, I think, in the 1960s. They actually almost went bankrupt in the 70s, believe it or not. And in the 80s, they got smart and realized that their biggest audience, dollar-wise, was adults. And so they started changing their marketing scheme and marketing to adults. And we'll talk about that. I brought some kits to show you how well of a job they're doing of that now.
Well, it's really amazing. I was at lunch yesterday with my lady group called Lady Mafia. And we were talking, one of our women, Tammy, said that she's doing an Easter event and they're having Lego contests for the adults, and the kids are going to be playing, some other games.
Yeah.
It is amazing to me the numbers of adults who really are Lego fanatics.
It's really amazing. So yeah, that's by far our biggest audience dollar-wise. Of course, we get a lot of kids in our store, and we built our store for all ages. Our motto is we have unique Lego sets for all interests and all ages, and I truly believe we do. My goal is when somebody walks into our store, first and foremost is to have them realize that the amount of product and types of product we have, they can't get anywhere else. The stuff we sell, you can't get at any other store that sells Lego, including the Lego store, because we intentionally carry a lot of unique products that are out of production, harder to find. So as a result, when you walk in our store, it's kind of overwhelming and amazing how much we have. But as a result, we have products really for all interests. We have botanical flowers, we have travel sets, so there's all kinds. And it really has become popular with kind of all ages.
Just surprising to me. So I just want to back up for a second. And I was reading about Legos, and I heard that it got its name from two Danish words, leg got, G-O-D-T. So these two, the people who discovered this, meaning playing well, which is what
That's
leg
right, playing
got
well,
means,
yes.
was founded in 1932 by Ole Kirk. It's probably Ole. Anyway, his name is Christensen. And amazingly, it passed generation to generation, and it's still family owned.
It is.
That's shocking to me. These people are billionaires.
Yeah, I've worked for public companies and private companies, and I believe that's probably part of the reason why they're so successful. Because when you're a public company, you're very short-term minded, right? And
Exactly.
You have to make decisions based on your investors and getting their maximum earnings next quarter, not 5 years out, 10 years out. Lego is very smart and very strategic about what they do, and I think they've been very successful for that reason.
See, that makes you sound so much like a CFO. So tell me what it's like. You walk into your store, and what do you see?
We have between 500 and 1,000 different Lego product sets for sale in our store, and I brought some samples. I can show you today.
I love that.
Yeah, we have types of things we have in our store. We have a minifigure building station. So I brought some samples here. So minifigures are extremely popular. These are some typical minifigures here.
Let's see if we can hold them up so you can. Well, here I'm
Yeah,
going to hold up Bugs
There's
Bunny.
Bugs Bunny. So these
Minifigure.
these are collectible minifigures that you have. So Lego does a collectible series, actually 2 or 3 every year. So these are collectible. We have these in display cases. They range anywhere from $5 up to $100. And
From Porky Pig to Spider-Man. I
Yeah.
mean, you've got it
and
all here.
most of those that you have are probably in the $10 to $15 range. They're really fun. People like them. They're nostalgic. They have a whole Disney series, a Muppet series, Looney Tunes, all kinds of them.
So you stick these onto something?
They make little base plates with the little pegs.
Oh, I
and so
gotcha.
people
Okay.
just stick them on there and display them. So that's one type. We also have buildable minifigures where you can build your own minifigure in our store. So here's some examples of all the different parts. So we have heads, we have torsos, we have legs, and you can build your own minifigure. And this is one of the most popular activities in our store. It's $6. You buy 3, you get 1 free. We get kids, adults. We'll spend literally like hours building minifigures.
I think this is so great. We are going to take a break, John, and
Sure.
come back right after this because we are talking Legos. Back in a minute. Again, it's Carol Chamberlain in for the lovely Leza live on the news 103.5 KYCA, being joined today by John Donovan of Box of Bricks. So I am so excited to see all the things in front of us. Tell me about the Lego demand worldwide, it seems.
Yeah, so it is amazing. We were talking about when they started and how they almost went bankrupt. Really what saved them and what really changed the trajectory for them is licensing. So when they started partnering with Disney,
course.
Star Wars, Harry Potter, that was a game changer. And in the 80s, their revenue just kind of went through the roof. And
Well, and I'm assuming so did the cost of the product.
probably, yes. Yeah, for sure. Some of the licensed products are more expensive, but not dramatically so.
So this really is a toy for all.
It really is.
For all.
Yeah, I brought some statistics that I think
Okay.
you'll be interested in. In 2024, Lego worldwide sold $10 billion of product.
That's billion with a B.
B with a B. To put that in perspective, if you took the next 5 largest toy companies like Hasbro, Mattel, Hot Wheels, Barbie, all of those together, they still weren't as big as Lego.
Oh my gosh. And I did read that there are these companies that you just mentioned tried to come out with a plastic building
They
block.
did, yes, not
and
successful. And
just
there's
not-
some competitors that are just not the same.
No, obviously
And
not.
like in 2024, the toy industry as a whole declined 1%, because the economy wasn't doing great.
Right,
People were
right,
uncertain. Lego grew 13%. So that's how dramatic the difference is between Lego and other toy brands right now. It's just through the roof.
Well, I have to tell you, my next door neighbor of old has a son who has been every year. I say, what is Harlan want for Christmas? And it's always Lego.
Exactly.
So,
Yes. One last statistic, interesting. Every single day, Lego sells 600,000 Lego sets like these. That's
boxes
of new
set?
sealed Lego sets. That is 7 sets every second.
This is. I mean,
Isn't that amazing?
I'm flabbergasted by this. Flabbergasted.
Yeah.
So take me back through your store again.
Yeah, so we talked about minifigures, so you can build your own minifigures. That's a popular activity. We also have a whole bulk table, we call it, of just loose bricks. These are kind of the bricks that people grew up with. They're all different shapes and sizes. We have a whole table that's about 4 by 8 feet. You can pick through there and pick out certain pieces you want. We sell them by the pound. We sell them by the piece. Or you can fill up a bag and take a whole bag home. It's one of the most inexpensive activities in our store. People, again, will spend a long time at our table. We actually just launched a new event every Monday. We call it Make Your Own Creation Monday. And so you can create anything you want out of the table. We have a contest. We'll take a picture of it, and whoever wins gets a $10 gift certificate.
Oh my gosh!
So, and we
that
had
is-
last Monday was the first time we did it. We had about 10 or 15 people, and a little 10-year-old kid won the contest.
Oh,
So,
that's so neat to
yeah,
hear.
but we had people in the store all day long building stuff.
So you have a box set which goes together a specific way.
Yeah, so
it goes together.
So we've talked about minifigures. We have a minifigure station. We have displayed minifigures collectible. We have bulk bricks, and then we have most of our store is sealed sets. So I brought some examples. Here's like a Winnie the Pooh set,
What a
and I
cute
just brought a
thing.
few so you can kind of
Oh,
see the variety.
And this is a
This is a bonsai tree.
set.
Yeah, turn it around maybe there. Yeah.
Oh.
And you can see you can change the leaves, so it can be green or pink depending on the season.
Oh
Isn't that
my
amazing?
gosh, that is so beautiful. So after you build this, you display it in your home.
Exactly. Yeah. Most people build these to display. There's playable sets too where people play with them. Here's a nostalgic radio, like an old time radio. You can actually put your phone.
I've seen one of these.
You can put your iPhone in the back and it will actually play music.
Oh, that is so neat. I love that.
Here's a Jeep. Sorry, we're going to run out of room
wait.
here, aren't we?
I know somebody who would love this.
Yeah, so that's
Do
a 4-wheel drive Jeep. That's
yeah.
very popular.
Well, you donated one to the Trails for Tatas for
Yes,
Summit. And I'm
exactly.
very active in Summit.
Exactly.
And I put half my tickets that I bought in for that, and I
You
still didn't get
didn't
it.
get it.
Although I don't feel too bad because the person that got it was a kid.
Oh,
So
that's-
I didn't feel too bad.
So you were a loser. The kid was a winner.
He was. Yeah.
And there's one last
Story
one.
of my
This is a-
life.
This is a replica of the White House. It's a scale
Look at
model.
that.
Tons of detail. So I just brought a few sets. Again, we have 500 to 1,000 different sets in about 10 or 15 different themes. But I just wanted to demonstrate a little bit the variety of types of sets. I mean, there really is something for everybody. Right?
There is something.
Oh, and then you want to grab the flowers and show them those? Yeah.
Look at this. This is something I'm going to be doing this afternoon, I can tell you. So, is there an instruction sheet?
There
in here?
is. The instructions are all pictures. There's no words, so anybody any age can do it, even if you can't read. And they're step by step. So whether you're doing this set, which is 191 pieces,
For an 8-year-old
yes,
plus.
or you're doing something like this set that's 1,483 pieces, the instructions are exactly the same, step by step. This will just have more pages than that.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And so how long does it take if it's not your first set? How long does it take to do that?
We estimate about 250 pieces per hour for most people. Some of the sets are more complex; they might be a little slower, but I'd say 200 to 300 pieces per hour is an average building speed. So something like this.
You could do in a day
Yeah,
if
this
you were
is-
dedicated.
This is 1,400 pieces, so that would probably be 4 or 5 hours, maybe 6 hours.
And my family, we do it like puzzles. It's like a puzzle, but it's just a 3D puzzle with Lego.
Yeah,
And so it's a great family event. You have your table set up, and especially the big ones.
Yeah.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
It's
So
a
it
lot.
is like a 3D puzzle.
It kind of is
It
in
is.
a lot
It's
of ways.
like
Yeah.
jigsaw puzzle, and I have a whole thing on my website about the cognitive benefits of hand-eye coordination. It's really good for your brain.
Oh, I'll be working on this especially hard. So
Great.
before we leave that, though,
Sure.
tell us what your website is.
Yeah, so this is johnsboxofbricks.com. Very easy.
johnsboxofbricks.com.
This is a truck that's already built. So all the rest I showed you were in boxes. This one's actually built. And we do buy and sell used Lego sets as well. So sometimes people will build something and then they don't want it anymore. They'll bring it to us. We wash it, we clean it, we make sure it's complete, and we display those in our store. And those are really good values. They're about 60% of the price of a new set.
Ooh.
And we also take it apart for free. If somebody wants to build it themselves, we'll take it apart, put it into the original instruction bag order, and so it's like a brand new set.
That is, I am absolutely amazed. So this is for all ages.
Absolutely.
Would you say that 60% of this is adults?
Dollar-wise, probably 60-70% of our dollars come from adults.
From
but
adults buying for themselves,
Yes.
not for children.
Correct, yes, because they're coming in and buying, $200, $400 sets. There's
Oh.
some that are quite expensive.
Actually, when we come back after our break, I want to talk about what's the largest and what's
Sure.
the most expensive. So
Okay.
we'll be right back after
Sure.
this. Back. It's Carol Chamberlain in for Leza Live on the News 103.5 KYCA, talking with John Donovan of the Box of Bricks. I am so overwhelmed by this excitement in the studio this morning. So, what's the largest boxed set that you have or you know of?
The largest one we have in our store is probably in the Star Wars theme, which is one of the most popular themes, as you can imagine.
I can.
We have... Okay.
Yeah, they have a lot of my money. And I have a lot of sets, and I lost one. I have a long story, but I lost one that's worth about $1,000 now.
my gosh.
And I can't find it. I don't know where it is, but...
It's in one of those boxes in the house.
No, it's big. It's about the size of this desk.
Oh.
So I don't know what happened to it in one of my moves.
Yeah, so within the Star Wars
Yeah.
theme, they have a segment of sets called Ultimate Collector Series, and they're very large, like he was saying,
Yep.
about the size of a desk. And we have a Millennium Falcon that is about 7,000 pieces,
Oh, my gosh.
and it's about 3 feet long by about 2 feet wide.
Oh,
And that
just think of the space to build it.
Yeah, that one's $850. Yeah, so there's
That's an adult set.
that's an adult set, correct?
Well,
I absolutely understand.
and what's interesting, I'm sure John could talk about this, but people have competitions online where they see how fast they can build those giant sets.
Yeah, speed building, yes.
Speed building, yep.
Well, so they do it more than 2 hours or 200 pieces an hour.
Probably, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we actually have May the 4th coming up, which is a big Star Wars anniversary. It's May the 4th be with you, right? And so May
great.
3rd, we're actually having a big party at our store. We're having a Star Wars party with refreshments, Star Wars themed refreshments and Star Wars music. People can come dressed up in Star Wars.
I was going to say, get
I'll
your
be there.
Darth Vader.
Yeah, I'll be
out.
there.
and we'll
I'll have to come
and
down
we'll have
for
great
sure.
sales on all the Star Wars sets.
Well, just so we know where to go for that. What's the address of your shop?
Yeah, it's and it's actually called John's Box of Bricks.
John's Box of
Yeah.
Bricks. Mm.
We are in Firehouse Plaza. We're right next to Limoncello's, if anybody knows where that is.
Absolutely.
And we're just one block west of Courthouse Square. So we're right on the corner of Granite and Goodwin Street.
So John's Box of Bricks, and when they go online to look for you, is there an apostrophe in John's?
No, it's just John's
Box of Bricks.
Yeah, and we're
Okay.
at 220 West Goodwin Street.
220. That's an
And we're-
easy one
And
to
we're
remember.
open 7 days a week. So.
Okay, so there are two things that are coming up that are really important. I want to hear about the birthday parties you're having.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so we just moved into our new space. We've been at Firehouse Plaza. We opened our store in November of 23. And again, going back to the demand for Lego, when we opened our store on day one, you always have that uncertain feeling.
Absolutely.
As an entrepreneur, are people going to show up or is it going to be crickets? When we opened the door on November 1st, we had 20 people waiting to get into the store on
You're
the very first day.
kidding.
So,
Oh my
yeah, So
gosh.
we still had amazing support from the community. But we started out in Firehouse Plaza. It's been a great location for us. We just moved last week into a new space right next door to where we were. So the business next door to us closed. We took over their space. It's double the space. So we now have an event room where we can do birthday parties and other activities. So we'll be doing the Star Wars party on May the 3rd there. We're going to start offering birthday parties for the first time in May. We're still putting the packages together. We already have a waiting list of 5 to 6 people that want to book
that's-
birthday parties. There'll be Lego-themed birthday parties, Star Wars, Ninjago, Harry Potter, all kind of different themes.
Oh my gosh, anything any kid would want.
Exactly.
So food comes in. Do they bring
We're
their
still
food?
building the packages. We're not quite sure if it's going to
Okay.
be bring your own food or we supply it or maybe a combination of the two.
Okay.
But we'll have all that information available within the next couple
But
weeks.
it will be a regular, fabulous birthday
It'll
party
be
for
amazing.
a kid.
It'll be amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great. And there's something else coming up too.
Yes, so we've been doing Lego camps for about a year now. Another experiment that we tried. We just thought, hey, kids love Lego. We have Lego. Maybe we can do a Lego camp for kids. So we tried it for the first time, I think, in December of 23. We had a lot of kids that came. They had a great time. We continued and did it in spring. And then last summer, we did a few sessions during the summer. It's gotten so popular now that we're now doing 6 weeks of camps this summer. So
6 weeks long for one?
No,
or-
1 week at a
one
time. You can
Okay.
either do the morning or the afternoon or both. We actually have kids that have been back many, many times over and over again, and we have kids that have signed up for 4 weeks in a row, believe it or not.
Oh my gosh. And what's the cost to do this?
The cost is $225. It's a little bit pricey, but it is Lego. Lego is not cheap, but it's a supervised camp with an instructor, professional instructor. It's a story-based theme, so each day we tell a story, whatever the theme is. If it's Star Wars, we tell a story about something about Star Wars, give them a creative challenge that day, give them some ideas of how to build. But the whole idea is to stir creative juices in their mind and get them to build things on their own. So they'll overcome a challenge, and then each day we build upon that story. So by the end of the week, they're doing more complex builds around that. They're learning new building techniques. It's STEM-based, so we teach them vocabulary during the week about science and technology and engineering without them even knowing it. They take home a vocabulary sheet that their parents can see what they've learned. So it's really, the kids are learning, having a great time. We've had about an 85% return rate, so it's very,
That
very
is
popular.
amazing. So it's 1 week at a time, morning or afternoon.
Correct.
And you can sign up for as many as you want.
Correct. And it's also johnsboxofbricks.com is where you can sign up. It's $225. You do get a $40 gift card for the store with it.
Oh my gosh, that's a real give back. Well, I have to tell you, has been wonderful seeing you. John's Box of Bricks, 220 West Goodwin. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks,
Thank
John.
you so much. All right.
Bye.